What does real leadership look like according to God? This is an important theme because without leadership, nothing happens. People naturally don't move on their own. And so a large number of people will need a very good leader. This is Eric Slawick, the UWM Penguin, and this is the Bible Commentary. As always, if you like what you're seeing, I would ask that you hit like and subscribe in order to help the channel grow. Now, without further ado, let's get into the Word. So today we're going to look at the beginning of Joshua implementing the plan in Joshua chapter 8. And we're going to look at verses 9 through 14. So let's read verses 9 through 11 and see the first example of good leadership. So Joshua sent them out, and they went to the place of ambush and lay between Bethel and Ai, to the west of Ai. But Joshua spent that night among the people. Joshua arose early in the morning and mustered the people and went up, he and the elders of Israel, before the people to Ai. And all the fighting men who were with him went up and drew near before the city and encamped on the north side of Ai, with the ravine between them and Ai. So here we already see perhaps three examples of Joshua being a leader. It says that Joshua spent that night among the people. It said Joshua arose early. And then it shows how the people followed. So here, this is a critical time for Israel. Joshua is giving encouragement exactly where, when, and how the people need it. And if you remember back to the first video in the Joshua 8 series, you can see that Joshua is encouraging them by being with them. The word encouragement in the New Testament literally means to come alongside someone. And Joshua is physically alongside these people, his people. So then we see that Joshua, in verse 10, arose early in the morning, mustered the people, and went up. This is a leader, again, who is following. He's there leading every step of the way. He's there alongside them. He's an administrator. He's a fighter, a warrior. He's, in a way, he's manifesting multiple of these sort of Old Testament images of the spiritual gifts in the body of Christ, where Paul gives a list of spiritual gifts several times. And this is intended to be distributed amongst many people. Sometimes many of these gifts are concentrated in one person, especially a leader. If I'll also put up here the requirements for an elder or a pastor in a church, and you can see that the requirements are hefty, involving multiple gifts, because the public leader of a ministry or an organization, a church, has many responsibilities at the same time, and this might require many of these gifts. The pastor has to encourage. The pastor has to administer, teach, rebuke. The pastor has to shepherd. These lists, as you can see, are all separate gifts. And here Joshua fights. Joshua musters. He administers. He gives speeches before battle. He encourages. You can kind of run down the list of gifts that are seen in typological or kind of allegorical foreshadowing of what will come in the New Testament era. A visual illustration of spiritual realities for the church, though these events obviously did happen in history. And so let's move on to, the geography here is sort of parallel to the language, I believe, from chapter 1 in verse 11.